For Dan Weber, I'm Johnie Freatman, bringing you instant analysis here at the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum. The Trojans lost their final regular season game of the year, 22-13 to Notre Dame. And Dan, what people are going to be talking about for a long time is USC's final real possession when they were at the goal line and had really some questionable play calls, a penalty. What do you take away from that as maybe being indicative of this entire season?
Just what you said. It's the whole season where it went wrong, why they've got 5 losses pretty much in one series there. They make a great play, great throw by Wittek, great catch by Marquise, gets them down in the ready to score. As Lane said, you get within a couple of inches, you think you could push the darn thing in. No need to kick a field goal there. It's just inexplicable. Neither Max nor Lane could even tell you why they got the penalty on where at least a couple of guys in motion. It didn't seem like they were lined up properly. All of that. Been a series of issues at the goal line, and that wasn't the only series where USC had problems at the goal line.
The biggest pregame story was obviously Max Wittek getting his first start. How did you think he did today?
I think he did pretty well. I mean, I think he was, fairly comfortable. A couple of, missed throws, which you expect, but it's not like they haven't been having those all year. I think we were talking about. I think there were 17 turnovers in the 5 losses. So, they had 2. I think, Notre Dame, USC gave Notre Dame credit. Notre Dame's the best team they've played, better than Oregon, they thought, and Notre Dame's just tougher. That's what. As they said, Notre Dame has made their living on goal line this year. They were able to do it. USC wasn't. That was the story of the game, and it's the story of the year. That's why Notre Dame is here with pretty much the same team they had last year. USC, with much the same team they had last year, is not here.
Dan, where does this Trojans program go from here? 7-5 regular season, a bowl game coming up. What do you see in the near future?
Well, I think Lane was hinting at the fact that the difference here is Notre Dame had 28 seniors and kept saying, next year we'll be better. We'll have seniors next year is kind of Lane's, mantra right now. I think my mantra that I picked up, I went over to listen in, the very first words out of Brian Kelly's mouth when he's interviewed on the field was, our coaches did a wonderful job. And he's right. Their coaches did a wonderful job. They have 28 seniors, but they have a lot of leadership from their coaches.
That leads to a very obvious follow-up question, especially with the way that drive went near the end of the game. Pat Hayden has said that Lane Kiffin is his coach for next year. After this, do you think that remains true?
Yeah, I don't think this changes that at all. We'll see about the bowl game. We'll see about other things. It looked like the defense didn't really look like they really wanted to be there a lot of the night. Hayes Pillard had a great game. And T.J. McDonald, some of those guys were really busting, but defense didn't look like they had much of a chance. For example, very seldom did they have somebody checking the quarterback, very just running untouched and all of that. So that's a difficult deal to ask those kids to play against the Notre Dame team. It's tough and well-coached and organized and just not going to lose. As Lane said, they ran 69 plays, didn't turn the ball over once. USC ran 48 and turned it over a couple of times and then didn't get it in at the end. So that's the difference. They're just, Notre Dame will not give you the game. They will not give you an easy score. They won't give you the ball. USC does both.
Okay, well, Dan, thank you very much. For Dan Weber, I'm Johnie Freatman. USC will finish their regular season 7-5, while Notre Dame will go to the national championship. For more information, log on to uscfootball.com.